Welcome to Daily Dose. My name's Robert. It's my pal Susan, and we're talking furthering this idea of the cumulative effect of yes and, right, and why it's yes and exercise. So it's how we you don't just show up and, well, you can show up and get things logically. We're talking about getting them experientially, making them stick, which is a very big thing in education, so that you can have ownership of it, mastery, and do what you need with it. That's common within a lot of teaching. That's the goal, as opposed to having rote memory of something, going, I can give you the facts back, but who cares? So what? My experience with improv was very different, than yours, because I did go the performative route. I wanted something different from it. From the earliest stages in high school, when I saw it for the first time, I wanted acceptance. I so badly wanted to be the funny kid. Being funny meant being accepted. If people could laugh with me or at the things I could direct them to laughter, I'd have power, I'd have friends, I'd probably have girlfriends. So, that's where it started. And then when it came back, it was, oh, I want this professionally as an actor. This leads to a sitcom, which means finances or commercials. And, again, uh, fame was never the need, but it was always about, practically speaking, can I do what I want to do, get paid for it? Yeah, and get the fears and doubts and everything off my back. This is a practical route. A lot of people use improv for that. That's what I wanted it for. That becomes using it in a very specific manner. Nothing wrong or bad about using improv performatively. At the same time, it can limit your understanding of what it is and how it can be applied. Going forward a third time, seeing it, where I'm still trying to use it performatively, but I'm at a different stage of life now, and then married and about to have my first child, and seeing there's been spiritual whisperings about this thing. And now I'm just seeing life differently, as one does when you become married and have a family. And I go, this is kind of a life thing. And that's when it really began to evolve to the current state,
Do you know those moments in life when you just get like a lightning bolt or something? You get clarity and
Mm,
you know it's right. You just know it's on the mark.
yeah,
You had one of those moments on Run when you thought of the name of this nonprofit.
right, right.
Yaks. You were so excited. It was
Well,
just like, handed down to you. That level of rightness, if you will.
that's,
And, and
that's
it's fed itself, and it's kind of crazy. But we come back to it because the exercise word's in there. Darn it, it's right there. But the yes word is there, and the and word is there. We made it all work.
even
And
the
just
ellipses, when we played with that there's that anticipation, you know,
mhm,
um,
mhm.
and the exclamation point, right? The energy.
Right. Mhm.
You're exactly right. That's that moment. And the researcher Mihai Csikszentmihalyi is the guy who does the zone, who does the flow stuff, and that's the space. Yes, it came to me in that space of being there. There's lots of ways into flow in the zone. It's not only exercise. I particularly like that channel. Improv is a way into flow in the zone. Other people find it through meditation, prayer, conversation. um, there's lots
And
of
I
ways
think
in.
improv impacts conversation
Agreed.
in a way that can then lead to a flow state. When
Yes.
you get rid of um, words that are weighted and heavy in different ways, and you know right where you are.
Yeah. Yes. And what we talked about today was the intensity of yes and, right? Not just saying yes and. It's yes and the bigger you do, it's like the bigger the calling. You really are calling out to the gods and saying, I'm open and ready to hear this. It's that big of a statement, I think.
And in real life, and in my real life, there's a kind of making yourself vulnerable when you do that, right? When when you're like this, yeah, maybe you look powerful, but you may also look way vulnerable, right? Because you're all open.
Yes,
And
and
if you do that with trust, and then you're supported in that, that's when the cumulative effect is really kicked off
that's right.
and keeps going.
You become bigger. You recognize your larger self. You're connected to more than you. And that's our daily dose.
It is. It is.